basic idea with Quadelectronic is that musicians come on the night and set up, then I draw names out of a hat, their names out of a hat, and choose random trios and quartets, or duos, or whatever the plan is, and each randomly chosen group gets about 7 minutes to improvise together, and after 7 minutes I wave the clock and they have about a minute or so to make an artistic finish. I play a lot of different kinds of music. I suppose primarily my first instrument is as a jazz pianist, and then also singer-songwriter, New Age, and various Celtic and world musics. But throughout, the theme which has been throughout all of the music I've done is improvisation. And certainly for a long time in my college days, I was very into the avant-garde free improvised scene. And that's kind of in my home turf. So it's never been a great jump to be experimental. Improvising is kind of what I do naturally.
Got two synthesizers, my little OP1, my microbrew, and I've got my iPad for all sorts of other things, which then go into this little mixer here, through this little effects box here, and then into my looper, and then I just layer them up. Once I'm set up, I can show you.
Totally self-taught. I'm not actually a musician as such, so been experimenting with music since about 1980. First turning records at the wrong speeds, making electronic equipment by wiring things wrongly and things like that, and tape splicing, that sort of thing. Then got synthesizers, it all kind of grew from there.
I generally visualise sound. I'm not literally synesthetic, but without even consciously thinking about it, I do in my mind's eye think of sound in both its colour and texture in visual terms. I think of shapes and textures, and this can inform to a great degree whether I like or dislike a piece of music. It's almost like I see the correlation with cooking, putting flavours together. It's, again, some flavours work and some don't. I'm very conscious when I make music and when I draw and paint as well, about what goes together, what doesn't.
First time I came down was probably about 2 years ago, and to be honest I struggled with it because the lack of formality. You know, it was about improvisation. We'd always played with drum machines and rehearsed things to death, so we had kind of like tight structures, but in Quad it's the complete antithesis of that. It's about improvising, being in the moment, listening to the other musicians, and it took me a while to get used to that. And now I absolutely love it because it's about making sure that, you know, the future is unpredictable, the past has happened, and where we are now in this musical piece is about just listening to the moment, listening to your colleagues and friends playing the music and responding to them instantly. So you have to be really kind of mindful of your fellow musicians and make sure that you know where they're going. And I think there's something deeper underlying Quad, and it's about philosophy really. It's about kind of like, there are many sort of Eastern philosophies that talk about just being aware of the moment. You know, lots of meditative practices are about kind of being in the moment, and the moment that you've played the note, it's gone, and the moment before you don't know what you're going to play, so it brings you right into the now, and that's what I'd say that Quad's about.
Hello, my name's Richard. I do a light show called Lumia Banji, which I've been doing for a few years now, about 6-7 years. The mixing of the colours and the oil and the water has its own pace at which it works. And if I try to hurry it, it all ends in a horrible brown mess, a bit like the rest of my life. But sometimes it comes together at the right sort of pace, and it sort of matches the music, and that's quite satisfying to see.
Singing all kinds of stuff, but this works for me on several levels. One, that I'm profoundly dyslexic, so I can't actually remember lyrics easily. So with this, where you're improvising and you can just forget about words, you can make them up if they come to you, but otherwise you can just be like the instrumentalist and actually just be focusing on the other sounds and the conversation between the instruments and become part of the conversation, rather than trying to retell something. You can be spontaneous like everybody else. And because you're kind of in the groove and listening to stuff, it frees you up, or it frees me up vocally, to just sort of try stuff, because it's impromptu and everybody's kind of free-falling. It kind of doesn't matter if you go wrong, so you might as well just try stuff.
It is amazing to just play the guitar in a kind of drifting cloud way, respond to things around you, hear the sounds, hear the other performances where you don't perform yourself. The musicians who play it are from so many different walks of life. You really do have avant-gardists next to folkies, next to rockers, and off we go, you know, and This is our saucer full of secrets.